Hello everyone, I'm RobtheMod and welcome to part 52 of Gran Turismo 7 on the PlayStation 5. Now, I'm doing the World Touring Car 900 in this one, and as you can see, we got this one, which we've completed. And that was one that we actually needed to do. So if you didn't see the last episode last week, well, you missed, you know. Mr. Riss, there's only actually going to be 2 in this one. I'm going to immediately change my fuel map to 6. Why? Because this car basically doesn't need to pit. If I do that. So why would I not do that? What's really annoying, it is still quite slow, but because everyone else has to pit, good strategy. Oh, I should have braked it a lot harder there. Oh, you stupid Honda NSX. You're a terrible car. I'm joking, because that's my grinding car, if you're unaware. Not specifically that one, but like the 2001. Although maybe I should get the 08 one, because apparently it's slightly faster. Like, it can actually reach 200 miles an hour. Not that that's really a problem when I'm grinding, because I don't need to reach 200 miles an hour on Le Mans. I only really need to reach 180. But yeah, according to this, we should have enough fuel to last the whole 10 laps. Which would be a bit scary if we don't, to be honest, but assuming that we, God, that is going down a little bit. Although, to be fair, it doesn't really matter, because we're on lap 2, which means that's 11 laps, so that's fine. Yeah, the good thing about doing this is that, of course, we don't have to pit, we just have to wait for them to pit, and basically we can... Not a guaranteed victory, of course, but assuming we are in, like, a good position when they pit, then it can be a guaranteed victory. See, I pit in the last race, and it was a little bit scary, because I actually kind of thought I'd messed it up. Where I pit was, the AI wasn't pitting. Was in first and second. I thought, like... Actually, well, no, I was in second, so the AI was in first. I suggest you go back and watch that episode if you haven't seen it, but... Yeah, the AI was in first, and the AI in third didn't pit. The AI in fourth did, but it meant I went back into third, and there was only like 2 laps left. Wow. I felt that cough coming. You probably saw me do a weird face before I coughed. But yeah, so get out of the way, Audi. Come on. That didn't count as cutting. Wow. I'm actually surprised, to be honest, that this doesn't give you more money than the 800 or the 700. Like, doesn't it really appear to be like a grinding one for the 900? Which I guess makes a little bit of sense. That should have been definitely a penalty. Does this track just not have a penalty thing on it? Maybe it just doesn't have a penalty thing on it. I don't think it does. That's weird. Why doesn't this track have a penalty thing on it? Did the last one not have one on? I'll have to look in editing now. So weird. Hey Pounder, okay. If you weren't a race driver, there'd be another job in somewhere for you. Okay, why is that McLaren under McLaren? And yet, the other one when I went past it in the previous one was under BMW. I know it's got BMW engine in, but so did that one. Were they technically made by BMW at one point? Race cars? I don't know. Also, I should have looked up that bloody BMW tuning company. So I could have mentioned it in this episode. You know what? I'm gonna look it up in the, once this race is finished. When we do the other race. I'm legitimately surprised. Based on the fact that there are a bunch of other tuners. Why Brabus and this BMW tuner are not in the game? And have never been in Gran. Maybe they just don't want a license. That would make sense, but it's still weird, in my opinion. Because Lotus isn't in this. Lotus used to be in Gran Turismo, and now we're in a bit of a hissy fit with Gran Turismo because they're saying you know we're not getting as much money as the other brands. Like, I hope at some point that they add them in, but and you know maybe they are not getting as much money, but I wish Polyphony and Lotus would sort something out. Because the weird thing, I don't think they're in Gran Turismo Sport. That was where it all came from. Because they kind of, it was like the original video had, like the original announcement had like a Lotus in it, and like the car is in the game. It's a bit like how the Porsche 996 is in Gran Turismo 3. You just can't drive it, and it's replaced by roof in the actual finished version of the game. It's in the game's code. The car exists, unless you live in Powerland like me. But like, it's in the American version of the game, the Japanese version of the game, and yeah, you just can't access it because it's like they were going through the licensing process, and then EA did the exclusive license for Porsche thing. So it's not a thing. There's also like a Lamborghini that's in the game. And they hadn't done a deal with Lamborghini. What it is it's just some weird like licensing quirk where like the Lamborghini Diablo race car that's in it. It's only in the Japanese version of the game as well. It's very weird. Where they Lamborghini had like licensed it out to like the Lamborghini Owners Club of Japan or whatever. Originally, like the race car design or whatever, or it was like because it was technically built by them or whatever. It was like basically Polyphony could do a deal with them to get the car in the game, but only in the Japanese version because they didn't want to annoy Lamborghini when they released it elsewhere in the world. Very, very bizarre thing, car licensing for games. You know, I'm actually honestly surprised, right? That like, why is there not a free-to-play? Like, and I don't really particularly like free-to-play games, right? But like even a paid game, right? Like I'm surprised, like, because this is the weird thing, right? So, oh god, I wasn't even paying attention there. Why is there not like a racing game that, like, they just where it has like updates like Gran Turismo does here, but they just like it's a service game, like it's a games as a service game. Now I don't particularly like games as a service, and as a thing, but it's the kind of weird thing where you think, why has no one got a racing game where you just constantly add new cars and tracks and you don't have to make a new game every single, you know, however long. God, I hate sweating because like the sweat goes down onto my like eyelid, and then that makes my eyelid want to like tear up, and it just makes an absolute puddle of like, liquid. I have to rub my eye. Weird. Please tell me you guys like have that as well, because you don't really talk about your body, do you? A bit weird if you think about it, but yeah, you don't really talk about your body. You with other people, really, you don't go, oh, is this normal? No, I mean, like, unless you Google it yourself and then you're like, oh, maybe I should get this checked out by a doctor or whatever, you know. Like, you can go through your entire life thinking, oh, this is completely normal, and then you look it up and you're like, oh, maybe there is actually something wrong with me. And no one goes, oh, yeah, maybe your eye shouldn't be doing that, you know. Yep, we have 4 laps, so yeah, we don't have to pit at all. This is excellent. Yeah, you want a hack for this? Well, not a hack, but you know, you want a life hack for this game? Fuel map 4, of 6, I should say, not fuel map. Well, the recommendation was to use fuel map 4 on the Gran Turismo subreddit, but I went for 6 because I know it lasts even longer. Maybe Fuel Map 4 if you're playing on a higher difficulty than me. Like, I am only playing on easy, but the thing is, and why I don't really care is I would totally play on a higher difficulty if the payouts were increased on a higher difficulty, but they're not. Payouts are exactly the same. So you can play on easy and get the same amount of money as someone playing on hard with all the assists off. And as someone that doesn't really do online... Oh, that's a weird thing as well. I got an achievement... not an achievement, a trophy, because it's PlayStation. Yeah, I got a trophy for driving online with people. For 3,600 and something. You know, like going across the Atlantic Ocean. And I've never touched the online on this game. Now, I know this game is technically always online in the fact that, you know, you have to be connected to the internet, otherwise you can't actually do any racing. But, as I yawn. But yeah, it's... I thought it would be like that trophy would be for online racing, and it's not. Unless it's just glitched. But, yeah, it's so weird. The other race we got on this, by the way, is Nürburgring. Which is not a race I'm particularly looking forward to. Especially if we have to deal with fuel. And watch it be like 5 laps. And I'm like, no, this video is going to be forever. It's going to last ages. Please only be 1 lap of Nürburgring. Please. Or at most, please only be 2. Where I can run this car on like Fuel Map 6 and still win. Because they legit do not pay me enough credits to deal with like that. Like the reward for the race is not good if they like for these World Touring Car 900s. Like, bear in mind on the you know, on the 800 or the 700 is Le Mans. You get 500,000 credits. Plus your clean race bonus, so you get 800,000 credits. The forgot the name of I can't pronounce it now. You know, the other one, the 800 one, right? Is like you get 400,000 credits, I think. So you get like 700 and whatever 1,000 credits for the clean race bonus. I go off the track there. These, you only get like 175,000 credits, which is not a lot when you think. Especially, I know this is only like, if you look at this, it's only going to be a 20-minute race, when the others are like half an hour, but still. It's still a little bit ridiculous. But you don't get, like, you'd think the higher power of the car, the more money there'd be. Now, maybe there is a grinding one for this, I don't know. But because those other two didn't show up in like the actual race events, so maybe there is actually a grinding one for this, but it wasn't showing up when I looked up, like, you know, best grinding races. Right, and I was yawning again. This happens when it's I've mentioned when it's sunny, I seem to yawn. It's got more sunny, like the sun is coming around the house. The reason, by the way, I'm using this camera view, I know that I normally use, there we go, please refuel. I don't need to. I could even do a victory lap and I wouldn't need to refuel. right? But yeah, the reason I don't use first person here, let me just show you. That's first person view. That is not a view I want to be using. So that's why I'm using chase cam. Let's actually get some water. Didn't get the clean rest bonus there. That's annoying. Oh well. Fair enough, whatever. And now I've drank all my water. That's not great, because it means I need a drink during Nürburgring. I'm not going to get it. That was 20 minutes. Right, so let's move on to doing Nürburgring. Completing this menu book. Yeah, you only get 135,000. How many laps is it? Please be 10 laps of Nürburgring. Oh my god, this is so not worth it. This is so not worth it. Oh, it's Nürburgring GP. Oh, thank God, I just realised that. Okay. I thought it was actual Nürburgring, and I was like, oh my god, are you kidding me? Fine, fair enough. Fair enough. Like 10 laps of actual Nürburgring? Come on, game. That's ridiculous. Like, that would only make sense if it was, like, meant to be, like, an actual... Well, obviously not, but, like, a... representing, like, a 24-hour race or something. Which I believe was actually a thing in Gran Turismo 4, wasn't it? Or was it Gran Turismo 5? I never... That's the weird thing, right? So, how much of a Gran Turismo fan I am, because I do like the games. You know, I wouldn't be doing additional videos if I didn't like them, right? You know, I wouldn't have bought Gran Turismo 6 back from the, you know, Let's Play Purgatory if I didn't enjoy it. I wouldn't be doing the bonus videos on this if I didn't, you know, didn't like the games. But I do moan about them a lot, but, you know, that's coming from a place of love, right? But, yeah, Gran Turismo 1, never really played it. I started a Let's Play series on it. You guys never saw it because my controller actually started messing up on my PS3 because I was playing it on technically emulated on the PS3. Right, so yeah, the controller was messing up. Get out of the way. And basically, I was trying to do a license test, and like the L1 button was, I wasn't even pressing it, and it was like but that was like the look back button. So it's like it still is. Wow, they have not changed that in however many years. Anyway, right. So yeah, it was basically like it was stuck on, and you can't do a license test like that. So I kind of just decided, not releasing this series until I thought it was the game at first, but it just turns out like the controller is, because there was nothing technically wrong with the controller if you were looking at it. Like, I still have the controller. It's not destroyed or anything. It's not like the button is stuck down. But what it is with PS3 controllers, if you're unaware, is if you like squeeze them too hard, basically, they're not really well designed for like, because obviously the DualShocks are kind of designed A for like kids, and B like Japanese hands were a bit smaller, right? So like Western hands, when you squeeze them, because like, you know, the DualShock, no, it's the DualSense actually technically, but you know, the DualSense, it's, and even the DualShock 4, right? They're bigger controllers. Sony kind of worked out that people didn't really, you know, Westerners, they were complaining a lot about the DualShock being small when they grew up. And yeah, really want to cut there, but kind of had to. Anyway, right, so if you squeeze the DualShock 3 at least, I don't know, I mean, I would have kind of expected with the DualShock 2, because I played a lot more. Well, actually, I'm saying that. I don't know if I would have played a lot more PS2 than PS3 now. I mean, my PS2 was basically my gaming system for, like, when I was a kid, so yeah, I wouldn't imagine so. But, like, as an adult, I hardly ever touch my PS2 now, sadly. I think it's just hooking it. Like, it looks terrible. Which is annoying. Like, I wish it looked a lot better, but it doesn't. But anyway, right, so yeah, so PS1, I tried to do Gran Turismo 1. Didn't really work. Did 4 episodes, which you guys haven't seen. I still have the footage. I could release them at some point, and I do intend to actually do it. But there's actually a bunch of there's a bunch of games that I have that, like, I started the Let's Play series of, and I just never released them. So I have like 5 episodes of Conker's Bad Fur Day, which I did actually release that, but it went on hiatus, and then I never brought it back, and I just haven't re-released them, because what's the point? What was it? I did 1 episode of Odyssey. Oh no, Enslaved Odyssey to the West, that's what it's called. And I wanted to do more, but basically there was a whole bunch of games that I was doing where I wanted to expand how many games I was doing, and then I kind of realized, wait, that's a bad idea. Because it was when I was at college. Because I get this thing where I want to play, like, a bunch of different games. Like, that's even how I started Gran Turismo 1. Right? Because you play, like, 3-4 games at once, and I kind of get a little bit bored of them. Right? And I'm like, okay, I want to play a different game, but I'm like, well, I can't release this until, you know, can't release this game until another one's finished. So I'm like, so I start recording these videos, and then they just never come out. So I have, like, Enslaved Odyssey to the West. I have 1 episode of that. I have Conker's Bad Fur Day, which, like I said, I have 5 episodes of that. I have the Quantum of Solace Xbox 360 game, which I have 1 episode of that, which is a first-person shooter. It's basically Call of Duty, but, like, with a... It's legitimately, like, Treyarch. It's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 with a James Bond skin on it. What's the other game? I have Need for Speed 2015, which will definitely get released when I actually get to that game. That was when I wasn't sure exactly how I was going to do the Need for Speed games. So I was doing Carbon on the 360, and I was like, okay, I don't have Pro Street or Undercover or Shift or Hop. Like, the next Need for Speed game that I actually do own would be 2015, because I can access that on Game Pass. And I basically started recording that, and then I actually picked up those games. So yeah, problem solved. So yeah, I have like 5-6 episodes of that just need to just wait until I get to that section, until I get to that game. And I don't know if I should start from the beginning or not, because I can't remember the plot that I had so far, but also it doesn't really matter because it's Need for Speed. And also it's an online-only game, so I don't even know if I can actually delete my save file, so that'll be kind of interesting. I guess I will just release them. But anyway, right, so I have those. I have Grounded, which I also started on Game Pass, and then I kind of found out that, like, because it starts with a story, and then that is like a games with a service game, and I kind of worked out that it actually has no plot. It just goes on forever. And I'm like, oh, okay. I don't really want to do this, because if this becomes popular, I'll just basically be doing it for the rest of my YouTube career. Like, I don't know how long this is going to last. Like, I'm going to be doing the weekly challenges, but, like, I don't know, you know? Like, I don't know how long that's going to last. I'm doing like this, and there's one more menu book that I need to do. And I'm definitely going to finish all the extra menu books for you guys. But like the weekly challenges, I'm going to try and do one a week, but we'll see. I mean, if I need to get the money for the cars in the game, then yeah, you know, they'll continue for a bit. But also, I could literally just grind out the thing, and it'll be a lot quicker. Well, yeah, is there something else? I think there is. Oh, no, this technically isn't one, but it was. Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. I started that. But that actually... I've actually completely finished that game now. So that's okay. That's a full Let's Play that's, like, scheduled and all ready. So it's fine. Still got another 5 laps of this. I'm running out of things to say. Oh, one of them's going in for a pit. There we go. I didn't brake hard enough. Only 3 seconds ahead of second. Which is not good. And I'm also getting hungry. So if this takes another 10 minutes, that's fine. Because I can end it, and then I can get a burger, and a can of Coke. This video is obviously not sponsored by Coca-Cola, but yeah. Might not even have a can of Coke. I have like a fridge pack in. And I mean, it's 0 sugar, so it's fine, but still, it's like... I know myself I probably shouldn't drink as much of it as... Well, to be fair, I haven't had, like, a Coke in ages. But, like, prior to, like, a month ago. But then I ended up getting, like, a fridge pack, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm drinking this Coke now. And then I bought another fridge pack. So, like, you know, like, if I don't get any after this, you know, after I finish this fridge pack and don't have any for, like, a year, I'm fine. You know, but... But then you see people that, like, it's absolutely ridiculous. Like, I saw, like, a news article before where some person, I mean, God knows how their teeth were. But, like, they were drinking, like, 4 litres of full-fat Coke a day. And you're like, what the fuck? You know, you're like, really? Like, how? Like, even if I like that, like, that would absolutely, like... And I know addiction and stuff, but, like, still, like, even if I like something, I wouldn't want to drink that much of it per day, you know? Like, there was a kids' TV show that I watched. I think a lot of British people watched when, if you're about the same age as me, Dick and Dom in the Bungalow, which was a live Saturday morning kid show. And one of they only ever did 5 series, which is, granted, it was year long, but, well, it wasn't even year long, it was only about 6 months, actually. But, you know, they did a season a year, basically. And I absolutely wish the BBC would, like, release that. They did a DVD version I mean, they never can, really. The licensing for it will just be ridiculous. I mean... The thing about, like, how UK Saturday morning kids shows was, they were basically, like, they're never going to be licensed. They can only ever go out on YouTube, and, like, illegally, technically. Like, pretty much all the episodes of Dick and Dom are on YouTube, it's fine, but, like, they're not good quality, because obviously they're, like, kids recorded them on VHS. There's no way parents were recording. Then you go to, like, the older ones, and it's absolutely ridiculous. Like... But, yeah, they're just going to be stuck in licensing hell, because the way the BBC worked is, the way the BBC works is that they don't really have to pay for music. They have they pay for music, but it's like a blanket deal with like the music industry in the UK. So like they can use any tune they want, any song that they want, and as long as they only broadcast it to the UK and like Ireland and like weirdly the Netherlands, because the Netherlands has like some like BBC One and whatever's on cable over there for whatever like historical reason. As long as they only broadcast it to like those countries, they don't have to really. No like show has to pay for music. It's how you get like this really weird thing where like when we got American shows, like lots of countries that like when the BBC releases a show outside of the UK, they have to change a lot of music for stuff or on DVD or whatever, right? So like, or streaming nowadays, not their own streaming service, but like Netflix and whatever. When they sell a show on Netflix, they have to change a lot of the music, right? Like you can look it up on YouTube. Like you can look at like Top Gear, for example. If you look up Top Gear, like music differences, they change the music between the UK and the international versions, right? Because Top Gear just could show whatever, they could use whatever song they wanted. They never had to pay for it. But obviously, when it became popular internationally, after it had to. They have to change it internationally because then, whoever owns the music is like, oh, pays this much, or like the band is like, we don't actually like you using our music in this way, which is a thing that happens. And yeah, it basically means there's a whole load of like stuff that's just locked in the BBC vaults forever that is not worth like getting, like going through licensing stuff to get released on DVD or whatever, because like clearing the music or anything else in regards to clearance is like way too expensive, right? You might have a show that like, say, I don't know, use the Rolling Stones or the Beatles, because they can do that, and it's just never gonna get released because then like the Beatles want several £1 million for this 70s sitcom that like 5 people remember actually getting a release. I mean, that's just an example, but you know what I mean. I don't even think it's a real example, but you get what I'm saying. And like, this is the whole thing with like these live Saturday morning kid shows, is they were so long, they were like 3 hours long. No commercials, you have to remember, because it's BBC. But they used to take a lot of breaks because they filmed stuff during the week outside, or they actually like put the actual cartoons inside it. It's effectively like it was like its own it was treated as its like own mini TV station that just so happened to be a TV show, if you know what I mean. Like if you think of commercial, like, so they'd like interview a pop star, and then like you'd have like the option of like voting for what. They were interactive as well, which is amazing, right? So like you get like Dick and Dom didn't. Dick and Dom had like no celebrities. It was basically just all game show, right? And cartoons. But like over the earlier shows, like they'd interview like a pop star, and then they'd like the pop star be like, oh, these are our 3 new singles from the album. Phone in and vote for which one you want us to play, and then you get like the music video later on in the show. So it's just never going to be like licensing wise, that's just absolutely ridiculous. Like there was I mean, I don't know if this actually came out on DVD or not. I don't think it did, but like there's loads of just like weird shit the BBC can do and just will never come out, because there's like a quiz show. It's called Pop Quiz. Guess what it was about? Yes, it was about music. So they could play any song that they want, but they could play any music video that they want. You're never going to get, like, and there was only like, well, I mean, they're never going to release one of them now because they had like Gary Glitter in, but like, I mean, I kind of wish I hadn't mentioned that now, but like, you know what I mean? Like, they're never going to be release like the 12 episodes of it that exist, because licensing wise it's ridiculous. You're never going to get that out, but they can still show it on TV because they don't really have to pay to do it. And what I meant earlier was, like, US shows, when they have to change the music, they didn't have to change it when it was on the BBC. It was great. You know, they could just release the show as it was in America because the music was already cleared for broadcast. I can't believe I managed to get that out of, like, 5 laps. Wow. And I'm actually kind of dealing with that myself. Like, I used to be part of an MCN, multi-channel network, Freedom. There was a bunch of music that, like, they let us use. And they were like, oh, you can use it whatever you want. And then obviously Freedom got rid of, like, they closed down. And that agreement technically doesn't exist. So I have, like, copyright claims on that music now. I was legally allowed to use the music, but I can't. I have a copyright claim on it now. And it's not like I can say, because I don't have the agreement that says, oh, you can use it anymore. It's just weird. So yeah, I have, like, it's Need for Speed Most Wanted. It's like I have some of those, because, like, some of the music for that game was part of the agreement, so I just didn't turn off those songs in the thing. So yeah, it's just kind of awkward. Right, oh, we got a 5-star roulette ticket. That's good. Let's do that. What are we gonna get? Please give me a car, or at least please give me a bunch of money. That'd be very nice. Please give me that large amount of money. Or please give me the Lamborghini that I can sell. Ooh, it actually did. Wow. Because this is... Yes. I knew it was... I mean, I can't believe it's giving me this. Because I already have one. I've got an extra menu added. But, like... Let's go to, like, the used car dealer and I'll show you. Right, so... Well, actually, let's go to Brand Central first. Right, okay, so... It's an invitational only car. So... If I just bought that, I would have been pissed. But I don't need to. Right? 3.6 million, it's an invitational only car. Right? But... The other thing is... Right, if I go to used cars, I go to sell it. So I already had one. I sort it by valuation ascending order. No, other way around. Ascending order. There we go. So I have 2 of these. Actually, it's only worth 2 million, but it's... Like, I don't need it. So why don't I just get the 2 million credits? You know? Why not? Right? And then we're going to go into the Brand Central. We've got 6.2 million credits. I'm going to go to Ferrari. I'm going to buy that Ferrari. What colours? I'm going to get it in yellow, because why not? Purchase. There we go. We're going to rank up to 49 now. Oh, no, we ranked up to completely level 50. Good, we've unlocked the open category at the tuning shop. We've unlocked a new bonus menu. And we've unlocked the events. Right, we are full level of the game. Well, that's great. Let's add the new bonus menu to our thing. I'm not actually kind of expecting that. Let's actually add the extra menus. Done these, right? I'm making sure to... It'll say new next to them, won't it? Duh. I haven't checked them out yet. I know this video is getting a bit long now, but... There. Right, there's a new one. Alright, where's the other one? This one. Oh, wow, I only need to get that. Okay, fine. Cool. Right, menu box. We're adding this. start this. Don't I already have this car? I think I do. I know I have one of them, which is weird because it didn't give me it, but like 2.6 million credits is what I have at the moment. But like I'm almost certain I have that car. Let's go see. I think we do. And this will be the end of the video. Right, let's click on it and find out. Do I have it? Oh, it's only 150,000 credits for winning. Really? Yes, I do. I have it. Right. And then 175,000 credits. That's not... Still not amazing, either. But like... I can do it, and then technically I've finished the game. Apart from the extra menus. Unless they add any more bonus menus, which they probably will. But yeah, I've been RobtheMod. Thank you very much for watching part 52 of Gran Turismo 7 on the PlayStation 5. And I hope to see you next time for more, whatever it is. Hurrah!